We sent out the schedule for next Tuesday. There was one hiccup, but we're fixing that one on the student schedule. But, so Monday will be your exam. You guys will be free the rest of the afternoon. On Tuesday, if you look at the schedule, I don't know if it's kind of hard to read. But basically, where you are assigned, you will go into a room. You'll go from room to room to room until you finish the past medical history, family history, and review systems. Does that make sense? You'll do each section. You do an HPI and another section in each room. So you'll have a SP in there with you, and then you'll also have a faculty member who will be grading that portion of your interview. You know, you'll get some feedback from the student, or from the SP as well as us as faculty watching. And that will be the first part of your grade, okay? Wednesday will be, you guys will practice on each other, doing whatever, let's say you'll get cardio, or heart and abdomen. So your pair, you will just practice on each other. You'll do one, then the other one will do the other, and the faculty will be in there just to help you guys. That's very informal. Wednesday is very informal, so is Thursday. So, and that's how Wednesday will go. You'll practice physical, you go from room to room and doing each one until you get done with heart, abdomen, neuro, musculoskeletal, and and lungs. Does that make sense? Thursday, you will be doing, and it says full history and physical, it's really not. So we've already taken care of the history part. So Thursday and Friday, you will just be doing a full head-to-toe exam, okay? Thursday will be with an SP and a faculty member, and we'll give you feedback. If you want feedback during it while you're doing it, you can. You know, you'll have the hour to do it. So if you prefer being, getting feedback while you're doing it, or do you want to run through it all and then, like, run through sections and then have us give feedback? You can do it however you want to do it. And then Friday will be a full physical, but you will get no feedback on that day. So you get an hour to do the full physical. And I have this sheet right here, and we also emailed it to you so that you can see what you will be doing. We cut out quite a bit, but we did leave in quite a bit. So it's, and there will be no write-up. You will take notes on Tuesday, just so that if you take notes to need it to give back the summarization of your HPI, okay? On Tuesday, there's really no set case, okay? So your SPs will have probably different stories. So you really will have to listen, get the HPI, get whatever pertinent family history. Again, these are just going to be pertinent. So whatever the case is, make sure you ask pertinent family history, pertinent review systems, pertinent social history, family history, whatever it is, okay? And that way you will summarize at the end of your HPI with your review systems. So the review systems will be, let's say they have a knee complaint. I want you guys to ask knee review systems. You don't have to spill out the whole thing, at least 4. Is that fair? Yes. So memorizing 4 review systems from each system. Because you're not going to know. When you go to the next room, it may be a completely different story and a different system. So as long as you can, and you will get most of that if you're talking to your patient. You'll hit a lot of your review systems. So just 4 from each system, okay? And just take notes for whatever and just do your summarization. And really work on, and I know we've done this, since that day is just dedicated to interviewing, kind of really work on the emotion. I know it's kind of hard, and I know it's difficult, but because that's what that day is just those interviewing skills. Making sure you're not using closed-ended questions, avoiding medical jargon, good eye contact, good posture, and what else? Transition statements. Well, so you kind of will transition from HPI to family history. So just make sure you transition well there, or whatever we're moving to, and then summarizing at the end of the HPI. there will be no really like closure of the interview or giving any diagnostic or anything like that, just because we're not doing that part, the assessment plan. We're mainly focusing on the interviewing skills and your physical exam skills by now. That makes sense? Any questions?
Sorry, I was confused because I was reading at the same time, but 4 from each ROS, even for Friday? Or is that just for?
No, for Friday you won't have a story. Friday is just a physical exam.
Oh.
You will walk in, your SP will sit there, and you will do a full physical exam.
Okay.
So we're not into interview and physical all at, okay.
It's really, because you're already doing the interviewing part at the beginning of the week.
Right.
Just do RS.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think you do both.
Is that what last
Do a part two.
That's what last year's class did. Because at first I thought they did a small, I thought they did a small HPI. The one student told me that, no, they only did it, they just did a,
Just the past.
I thought they had to do the whole thing.
I thought they did two. I thought they did two, but a student told me they did it. The student told me that they just did a physical exam. But you know what? I thought the other way though. I thought they did the full history and the exam.
Okay, so 4 ROS for Monday, and then.
From every
or
system.
Tuesday, I'm sorry. And then physical exam Friday.
Yes.
So on Tuesday, when we go into each patient, we're going to be doing an HPI and then either the family history or the ROS or whatever.
Yes.
And you were saying that a lot of the time, just by doing the HPI, you're going to hit some ROS. So do we need to, if they come in with like abdominal pain, which is one of the GI ROS, does that count as one, their chief complaint, or do we need to come up with?
No, you need to come up with one.
Okay, well, yeah, but.
Right, yeah.
I think in that, her question, she kind of incorporated mine, but I did have another one. So, is Dawn having a gender reassignment at lunch, or is that a rotation?
No, so. What is that?
So Dawn is Donna. I just figured it's a new
I
recipe.
think Dawn couldn't do the after, well, actually. Because I know Donna. Oh, so yeah, that may be a typo. Because I think Dawn is still there. That is so funny. But there is a Donna. There's a new SP named Donna. So I don't think, unless for some reason Dawn can't do the morning, Dawn is in the afternoon. Or it was just a typo. They look nothing alike.
Silly question, but besides Thursday where you said it was informal, do we need to be dressed professionally every day?
Friday.
Friday.
Well, then let me get back, hold on. Let me think on it. Oh, yeah, Friday. But I don't want you guys to come in like t-shirt and like tank top. On Wednesday you can when you work on each other. But with an SP, just dress a little bit more like appropriate when the SPs are there.
Can we wear scrubs
okay.
with our white tees?
On Friday?
No, like Tuesday or Thursday. Or would you rather just like jeans and a nice top?
Yeah, just jeans and a top would be fine. But have your coat on the days that you have the SPs.
Okay, I just want to make sure I get this. So on Tuesday, it has like HPI and past medical history
Yes.
along the top.
Yes.
So for that first room, you just do HPI and past medical history?
Yes.
So
No
the
ROS.
No more?
okay, so just the okay. I was thinking we did ROS and all of them like full. Okay.
So you go, then you'll go, let's see, where are you now?
On Tuesday, I'm down below with Lava and Banana.
Yeah, so yeah, when you get to there, you only do review systems once.
Okay.
But you have to know all of them because you won't know what case you're gonna get.
So no pertinent ROS for that?
Pertinent ROS.
Okay, just for that one room. So HPI includes pertinent ROS.
Yes.
What? And then the room that's labeled ROS.
No. I'm sorry,
That's
that's
why
what
I'm confused because you said earlier HPI was part of the ROS, like pertinent ones.
Just in the room that has ROS.
That's where it counts.
The only time I need to ask ROS all
Like
week
specific.
is that one time.
And then on Thursday, we're doing the whole thing. And then on Friday, we're just doing.
No, Thursday, you're just doing.
Full visit. Okay, so Thursday and Friday.
On the last day.
It says budgetary.
So in that ROS section, on the day we do the ROS, we do all of the ROS.
But for,
Can we get written instructions?
just for whatever the complaint, just whatever the complaint is. But it could be anything.
Right.
It'll change.
Right, it'll change.
How do we know?
That's, got it.
It's confusing.
So we're only doing ROS one time?
Yes.
For
Well, because there's like 120 words or something like that, or, I don't know, 50. So then we're memorizing like 150 words to maybe ask for in a 20-minute.
What?
Yeah,
That's
I'm
fine.
asking, I'm just making sure so that we don't have like,
Four for each section.
But the.
not just what they're complaining of.
But you don't know what they're complaining
That's
of.
what I know, that's what I'm saying. So like if it's only an eye complaint or a nose complaint, then you're only at, those 4 out of the 100 and whatever.
The pertinent ones, like, you know, if someone has,
I just
someone has a
making sure I
cold, you
understand.
wanna ask them
That makes
the general, are you having fever, you know,
Yeah, we should still get
headache.
more than.
Did you do
Right.
musculoskeletal?
Right, based on their complaint.
Right.
If it's a
I've read off as many as we can. Let's just see if I can.
I mean, if you want me to just have you memorize them all, I can. I think this is realistic.
It's more realistic. Yeah.
It's more risky, I mean, yeah, I mean, because I already was memorizing through just email. So as long as you know which are pertinent review systems for what complaint, then you ask those. Because you have 4 out of each one of these systems.
Figure it out in your, like that.
Okay.
So in your so in the development of HPI, you will probably hit some sort of review systems, but you're not necessarily being graded on that until you get to the review systems. Yeah, does that make sense? Because you're basically developing an HPI. And you can't not ask any review systems without getting your HPI.
Right.
But that's not what we're focusing on in that visit until you get to that review systems room. Does that make sense?
So I just wanna make sure I'm like reading the schedule right, cause it's so small, I'm like, we go 3 times on Tuesday.
Yes.
From one room to another?
Yes,
Every 20 minutes we'll change rooms
Right.
and our time should be consecutive.
correct.
Okay, just making sure I wasn't missing my name somewhere.
So
I
like,
can't control fine.
let's say like at 9 o'clock, so Abby's on from 9 to 9:20 in the first room, then she goes 9:20 to 9:40 the next room, and then 9:40 to 10 on that day,
Okay. And then we're done.
and then she's done. Yes.
So when we're doing the physical exam,
Uh-huh.
I was just looking at the sheet and how it's broken up by system. Is it okay if we combine things to make it more efficient?
Here, this is what happened to the students last year. I will tell you that if you combine, it's a lot harder and people forget things. So the student, the one student that, I mean, she just went right through it how it was listed. She got every single one of them instead of skipping around. Does that make sense? Because then you forget what you've done. So do it systematically from the head down to the abdomen. And you could do the abdomen while you've got, like I would do what I would do, head and neck first, you know, lungs, then the heart, and you would lay them down so you could do the peripheral vascular while you've got them laying down. And then while they're doing the peripheral vascular, you go ahead and do your abdomen. Then if you want to, and you can also do part of the musculoskeletal while they're laying down. But, you know, or that's how I would do it. I would do abdomen, peripheral vascular, then you could sit them back up and then do the musculoskeletal, neuro, then musculoskeletal, however you want to do it, whichever way you want to do it.
And you have
Thank you.
one, like we started, but we don't.
Do you like your hair?
Right, so you just get everything started.
What's your natural hair?
Light brown. When did you start going live?
We made them do it all.
I go back and forth. Like when I was pregnant with the kids, I would let it. I don't cook when I'm pregnant. I would go dark. Sometimes I would like in the winter I would go red.
Do you miss the like?
I don't get it. No, it was practice. So by the time I start
Mine
missing
is
it,
weird. Every time I get a haircut, I
like
start
wash
here
it
and
and
then
I'm
I
like,
go
I
down
can't wash
and then I go up. So you may somewhere. I think because I couldn't figure out.
I only see my name on here 3 times. I'll grab one. 2 of them are for Cardia. Oh, no, not on the floor at all.
A, B, C, and D, so the 4 SP suites, and then the last 2 on that, when you come back around in the clinic room. So they'll have number 1 and 2 on that door. And when you come past the bathrooms, it's those doors that we normally do practice out in.
We have one more. I need one too. Thank you.
Thank you.
We just want, I mean, basically, we want to make sure you guys can do a good history tape. You know, and, the only thing, like, you know, we had a new SP, and he did mention to me in the group, the 3 groups that he had, or 4 groups that he had, that, you guys asked the big 8, but not a lot of other extra questions, you know. Think about other things, like if you ask him, when did this start, or, you know, like, ask about how you describe the pain, or on a scale of 1 to 10, you know, how would you describe this pain? And then he'd say, like, you know, sharpshooting, and so, like, then you could go on and say, well, you know, like, did it affect the way, you know, could you sleep with it, or could you, you know, did it affect you during the day or at night? You know, other things that you could ask to make the story a little bit fuller, I guess is what you just recommended. But otherwise, he was really impressed with you guys were at this point, so. I mean, I think you guys are doing a really good job, and I hope that you guys